Good day, ma'am. So let's talk about the fiscal policy. So fiscal policy is like a tool that the government uses to control how money moves around in the country. They do this by deciding how much money they collect from people, which is the taxes, and how much they spend on different things like schools, roads, and hospitals. The goal is to keep the economy stable, prevent prices from going up too fast, which is the inflation, make sure everyone who wants a job can find one, and help the country grow and get better over time. Governments basically use fiscal policy to make sure they have enough money coming in and going out to reach their economic
Tools of
goals.
fiscal policy. First is the taxation. Taxation involves levying taxes on individuals and businesses to generate revenue for the government. By adjusting tax rates, government can influence disposable income, consumption, and investment. For example, cutting taxes can stimulate spending and investment, while raising taxes can reduce consumer spending and investment. So next is government spending. Government spending refers to the expenditure of public funds on various program services and projects. Increasing government spending can stimulate economic activity by creating demand for goods and services, boosting employment and supporting infrastructures and development. Conversely, reducing government spending can spending on economic growth but may help control inflation.
Number three is borrowing. Governments can borrow funds by issuing bonds or taking out loans to finance expenditures when tax revenue falls short. Borrowing allows government to maintain or increase spending without raising taxes immediately. However, excessive borrowing can lead to higher interest payments, crowding out private investment and increasing the national debt burden over time.
So in the presentation, the high unemployment rate. So many people are struggling to find jobs, leading to economic strain and social challenges. So high employment typically requires contractionary policy measures to prevent the economy from overheating and mitigate inflationary pressures. So the second is low consumer spending. So low consumer spending, consumers are holding onto their money, causing a slowdown in economic activity and potential business closures. So when we say low consumer spending is ang mga tao is kanang hinay bitaw ang ilang palit bitaw sa mga goods and services sa market because kanang nag-hold sila sa ilang quarter like mo nag-budget bitaw sila mo na nakakos pa siya sa economy og slowdown kay dili ang ubang business is what kanang gamay na sila og customer nga kanang maano. Then third is inflationary pressures. So when we say inflationary pressures, it is the prices are rising, impacting the purchasing power of consumers and potentially destabilizing the economy. So prices are rising. So ang mga prices is nag-inflation ang mga prices sa goods and services. So both low consumer spending and inflationary pressures typically require contractionary policy measures to reduce demand and stabilize prices.
So now let's move to the next topic, which is the differences between expansionary and contractionary fiscal policies. So what is expansionary fiscal policy? Expansionary fiscal policy involves increasing government spending and decreasing taxes to stimulate economic growth and boost aggregate demand. This can lead to higher employment levels and increased consumer spending, but it may also fuel inflation if the economy overheats. While the contractionary fiscal policy involves decreasing government spending and or increasing taxes to reduce inflationary pressures and cool down an overheated economy. This can help control inflation, but it may also lead to lower economic growth and increased unemployment in the short term.
For our reflection, policymakers face challenges implementing fiscal policy due to uncertainty about the economy response, political constraints, and timing issues. Decision can have unintended consequences such as inflation, debt accumulation, or inequality, highlighting the delicate balance between short-term stimulus and long-term sustainability.
In summary, fiscal policy is a vital tool for governments to manage economic stability and growth through taxations, spending, and the borrowing. It will influence consumer behavior, employment and levels, and inflation rates. However, policymakers just navigate challenges just uncertainly, political constraints and potential unintended consequences. Understanding the fiscal policy is crucial for effective economic management and long-term sustainability. That's all. Thank you.